Good evening, this is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue my part series, The Week That Was, College Football's History and Review, 1956 college football season. Um, through 2 weeks, week 4 of the 1956 season, October 13th, and there was a game played on October 12th. Then I'm going to do week 7, November 3rd, 1956. That's what I have right now, so let's get started. On Friday, October 12th, 1956, Miami beat Maryland. Miami, the number 11 team in the country, beat Maryland by a score of 13-6. Back home in College Park, Maryland, students hung plaintiff banner on newly opened library. We'll swap this building for one good. Quarterback injury devastated Terrapins without 9 of top 22 players. Lost only 2 stars this time in Orange Bowl Stadium. Stunning defense of Hurricanes kept the Terps off balance most of stormy night as Miami quarterbacks Sam Skarnecchia and Bonnie Yarborough each threw touchdown pass for 13 up lead by the third quarter. Maryland quarterback punter John Frisch punted twice for 17 yards each against 30 miles per hour wind, but 88 yards with some zephyr. Miami sub halfback Ed Porky for his dash 50 yards on punt return to set up Skarnecchia's second quarter 22-yard touchdown pass to halfback Rebel Bookman, but with hardship as Miami overcame a 20 yards in penalties in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Now, Fred Petralia, trying to become the Terps' one good quarterback, completed 4 passes, including a 23-yard arrow to the end. Dick Porter threw driving rain to set up Petralia's 1-yard touchdown sneak on 4th down with 40 seconds on the clock. Syracuse defeated number 20 West Virginia 27-20 as halfback Jimmy Brown, big Syracuse runner, contributed 765 yards on 22 carries and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Brown was different on offense and defense in otherwise even contest. West Virginia never led, but tied it 13-13 in the second quarter and maintained deadlock until Syracuse 2 scores in fourth quarter for 27-13 edge. Orangeman halfback defensive back Jim Ridland made interception return to West Virginia University 18-yard line. Brown raced around right for a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. Sub-pass duo quarterback Alex Zooks loop-in throw to end John Bowles tied it at 6-6 for Mountaineers later in the first quarter. Syracuse sub quarterback Fred Kuzala passed to end Nick Basso, for 35 yards to set up Kuzala's 5-yard touchdown run on the last play of the first quarter. West Virginia fullback Larry Krukow was bulwark for answering touchdown halftime tie, Defensive back Brown made vital interception in third quarter and ran ball downfield for fullback Ed Coffin's 1-yard touchdown. Next, Mississippi, number 17 in the country, beat number 13 Vanderbilt. Number 7 Mississippi beat number 13 Vanderbilt 16-0. As veterans rebels derailed blooming dreams of hopeful veteran Vanderbilt as fullback kicker Paige Kaufman kicked to late SEC record 3 field goals, 26, 27, and 35 yards. Vandy's meager offense resulted in part from quarterback Don Orr's injury and mostly from Ole Miss smothering defense led by tackles Billy Yelverton and Gene Hickerson and guard Charles Duck. Commodores penetrated only to Rebels' 45 and 40-yard line, so in its 13th straight victory, the Ole Miss marched up and downfield in tune of 347 yards, but made only a single touchdown. Quarterback John Blaylock's 8-yard touchdown pass to halfback Gail Bowman in fourth quarter. Tulane beat number 14 Navy 21-6 as fast improving Tulane knifed through New Orleans heat and humidity with touchdown drives of 74, 63, and 59 yards behind crunching blocks of tackle Dalton Truex, center Don Miller, and guard Wilbur Troxclair. Led by slashing runs of halfback Bob Blue Mason, Green Wave gained 300 yards on ground to allow them to profit from quarterback Gene Newton's touchdown pass to end Will Billen and Mason's fourth quarter touchdown result from his pair of 19-yard 19-yard runs. Navy reserves were in game when it scored late touchdown on quarterback Gus Perhalis. 11-yard toss to end John Ruth. Middy's end defensive end Earl Smith sparkled with blocked field goal and a fumble recovery. Michigan, the number 12 team in the country, beat Army, the number 15 team in the country. Michigan, the number 12 team in the country, beat Army, number 15 team in the country. It scored 48-14 as while Army was looking inept by losing 6 of 8 fumbles. Michigan cashed 5 fumble recovers for touchdowns on way for a 48-0 lead by the end of third quarter. Cadet fumbleitis, mostly on center to quarterback exchanges, prompted assertion from Newark, New Jersey Star Ledger editor Stanley Woodward that explaining Army's horrendous hosing at Michigan while failure of the center snap may be likened to blaming the Johnstown flood on a leaky toilet in Altoona. 7 different Wolverines scored with fullback John Herrnstein streaking 60 yards in third quarter. Now too late for Cadets with touchdowns from quarterback Bob Kayaski after his 25-yard pass to end Dick Warner, sophomore halfback Pete Dawkins. Shot was put together by number 1 Oklahoma over Texas, 45-0 in Dallas as Texas coach Ed Price projected hopeful pregame voice. We can upset them. They have to lose sometime. Sooners coach Bubba Wilson's concern was erased early by halfback Tommy McDonald's. Tommy McDonald's performance had 140 yards rushing, 16 carries on 3 touchdowns, who returned opening kickoff 54 yards. McDonald also caught 61 yards of 2 catches for 61 yards, including a 53-yard touchdown from quarterback Jimmy Harris. And completed his only pass attempt of 27 yards. Now, fellow Sooners halfback Clendon Thomas rushed for 123 yards, 3 touchdowns on 13 carries. Center Jerry Tubbs ranged far from the linebacker spot on defense, 3 interceptions. Oklahoma dealt worst defeat to Texas, only 74 yards rushing since 1908. Doing so, Sooners tied Pittsburgh's 33 straight wins that was set in 1915 all the way to 1919. Arkansas lost to Baylor by a score of 14-7. Baylor was number 10 in the country. As scrappy Arkansas played well. Arkansas line played well, but watched its ball carriers lose 6 fumbles in the first half that it trailed 7-0. So Brutus Bears fullback linebacker Larry Hickman grabbed mid-air fumble as 36-yard line second quarter. Quarterback Doyle trailer augmented runs by Hickman. Halfback Del Sharpton with 14 6-yard passes to set up Sharpton's 5-yard touchdown sweep. It might have been worse had Green and Gold not lost 2 of their own fumbles at Arkansas 15 32-yard lines. Hogs ate up most of the third quarter with 69-yard drive to tying touchdown. Fullback Gerald Nesbitt's 3- and 5-yard blast key march. Quarterback Don Christian's 12-yard pass to end. Olin Burns contributed as well. Still, it took Gambling 4th down reverse run by halfback Rogers Overby to tally 2-yard touchdown for Arkansas after Baylor Baylor tackle Paul Dixon recovered Porker's only second half fumble at their 38-yard line in the fourth quarter. Halfback Farrell Fisher used Hickman's crushing block for winning 6-yard touchdown run. And finally, Houston and Texas A&M, the number 9 team in the country, ended in a tie 14-14. That's basically it for that. So we're gonna move into week number 7, November 3rd. It's 4 games, and that's it. Week 7 of November 3rd, 1956. Oklahoma beat Colorado 27-0. Excuse me, 27-19. Colorado lost to Oklahoma. Oklahoma, the number 1 team in the country. Oklahoma, the number 1 team in the country, beat Colorado 27-19. As pumped up, Colorado jumped up to a 19-6 halftime lead as Buffalo's guard John Wooten blocked early soon as quick kick. Fullback John Byatt fell on the ball in the end zone. Colorado wingback Dady Dove and tailback Bob Stransky scored at end of powerful 66 yards drives in second quarter. Oklahoma abolished at halftime by coach Bud Wilkinson preserved its 36-game winning streak with the second half charge, using his overwhelmingly successful pass run option play. As soon as clutch halfback Tommy McDowell hit, halfback made Clendon Thomas a 6-yard touchdown pass at end of the 80-yard trip after second half kickoff. McDonald made 11-yard touchdown run. Quarterback Jimmy Harris conversion gave Sooners their first lead at 2019 late in the third quarter. 2019 lead late in the third quarter. UCLA beat Stanford 14-13. As eventually UCLA lined up all its senior players to pounce on Stanford, school that blew whistle on Pacific Coast Conference rule breakers. Bruins and defensive end Hal Smith made first quarter fumble recovery at Indians' 20-yard line after tackled by center linebacker Jim Matheny on Indians fullback Lou Valley, which led to tailback Edison Griffin's 4-yard touchdown run. So Smith also blocked punt when in. Pete O'Garrow took 42 yards to 17-0 lead midway through the first quarter. Stanford rallied for Valley's touchdown at the 40-yard drive in the second quarter. In the third quarter drive, halfback kicker Mickey Raftery caught 21-yard touchdown pass from quarterback John Brody, but Raftery's conversion was blocked by fullback linebacker kicker Don Shinnick, who incidentally told winning point after UCLA's second touchdown. UCLA's pass pressuring defense rushed as many as 8 defenders to dump Brody for 966 yards and sacks. Southern California beat Washington State by a score of 28-12 as young Cougars defense permitted USC with several senior players out of lineup. Only 55 yards in the first half. Washington State led by a score of 12-7 at the halftime, thanks to quarterback Bobby Newman's touchdown sneak at end of 66-yard drive and 1-yard touchdown burst by kick fullback Eddie Stevens at conclusion of 72-yard march that mixed runs by Stevens with passes of Newman. Game completely turned on second half kickoff as Trojans fullback C.R. Roberts fielded ball at own 4-yard line and roared 96 yards to touchdown in 19-12 lead. Cougars answered with drives to USC's 11-yard line where Trojans and defensive end Hill recovered fumble by halfback Chuck Morrell. Washington State never threatened again. As Troy tailback Ernie Simpese, replacement for recently ineligible John Arnett, scored his second touchdown on a 3-yard run. And finally, Oregon State defeated Washington by a score 28-20. Oregon State enjoying its spot atop PCC went 83 yards. First time in touch ball to fullback Tom Berry's short touchdown run. And then added wingback Arnell Durden's 16-yard scoring catch from tailback Joe Francis before first quarter was over. Washington trimmed Beavers' comfortable lead to 21-13 in third quarter. Tailback Mike McCluskey took quarterback Talbot George's pass to a spectacularly 65-yard touchdown, but Durden's scored his third touchdown, breaking away for 44 yards on a run, 44-yard run midway through the fourth quarter. Huskies benefited from fumble recovery at Oregon State 13-yard line in late going and received halfback Dick Pacino's 13-yard run as window dressing touchdown. So that concludes a look at the week that was for November the 3rd, 1956, as well as October 16th, October 13th, 1956. I did 2 weeks, week 4 and week number 7, respectively. Now, the AP polls November 5th had Oklahoma at number 1, number 2, Georgia Tech, number 3, Tennessee, Michigan State at number 4, Texas A&M at number 5, number 6, Minnesota, number 7, Ohio State, number 8, Miami, number 9, Syracuse, number 10, Michigan. The rest of the top 20, number 11, Clemson, number 12, Navy, 13, Florida, number 14, Oregon State, number 15, Iowa, 16, Southern California, Texas Christian, number 17, Texas Christian, number 17, 18, Colorado, 19, UCLA, and the tie for the number 20 spot was between Stanford and Pittsburgh. So that includes a look at the week that was for October the 13th, 1956. That was week 4, and week 7 of November 3rd, 1956. Please like and subscribe, comment on the channel. Deeply appreciate it. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.